My name is Benjamin Hayes, 64 years old, living on the outskirts of Oregon. For many years, my life has revolved around a small farm I built with my own hands, a wooden house nestled beside tall pine trees, and the sound of a stream every morning. But before those peaceful mornings came years of sweat and tears. Sarah, my wife, died during childbirth. I became a widower at 30, holding a newborn in my arms with a heart torn in half. That baby was Matthew, my biological son, the child I once vowed to give the very best of life, to fill the void his mother left behind. I quit my job at the lumber mill and started working as a dock laborer in Portland because it paid more. During the day, I hauled crates. At night, I cooked, did laundry, and changed diapers. When Matthew turned 3, I trained as a truck driver and took long hauls across states to earn extra income. I even slept in the driver's seat through blizzards to get him to preschool on time. I saved every penny. Everything my son ate, wore, studied was the best I could afford. I never bought myself a new shirt or drank a single beer. I gave it all to Matthew. But by smoothing every road for him, I unknowingly robbed him of the ability to value the small things. When Matthew was 6, I adopted another boy, Alex. He was the son of my best friend who had died in a work accident. At the time, Alex was frail, withdrawn, and quiet. But I saw kindness and determination in him. I taught him how to fix water pumps, saw wood, and even how to take care of Matthew like an older brother. The 2 boys grew up together, attending the same school, riding behind me on my bike every morning. But once they hit high school, Matthew began to change. He mocked my clothes, said my food was terrible. Meanwhile, Alex quietly folded my shirts and thanked me for every simple meal. I thought, he's my son. He'll understand one day when he matures. I was wrong. Matthew got into Stanford to study finance. I sold nearly half my land to afford his tuition. Alex received a full scholarship for computer science at Oregon State. Though he wasn't my blood, I gave them both love and fairness equally. Matthew graduated and worked in San Francisco, living in a luxurious apartment. Calls home became fewer, then stopped altogether. In contrast, Alex called often, sent gifts during every holiday. At 60, my spinal condition forced me to stop driving trucks. I called Matthew, hoping to live closer to him, thinking the time had come for him to care for me, but he only said one sentence. "Dad, that place doesn't have proper facilities. I have to focus on my family. Why don't you sell the farm and move into a senior care center? You'll have people to look after you there." I was speechless. In that moment, I realized everything I had done for him. He saw merely as a parental obligation. A few months later, Alex flew back from New York. He took me to the doctor, hired a helper, cleaned and repaired the whole house, and said, "Don't worry, Dad. I'll take care of you. I'm your son, whether by blood or not." I didn't cry, but that night I sat silently in front of Sarah's portrait for a long time. I whispered, "Sarah, can you see? We have a true son." Matthew lost his job in a financial scandal. His wife left him. He wandered homeless and came knocking at my door, the home he grew up in. He sobbed on the porch. "Dad, I was wrong. I've lost everything. Can you forgive me?" I saw a disheveled man, once driving luxury cars, now begging at the steps of the house he had once disdained. My heart softened. I let him stay. I even gave him some money, thinking, maybe he's truly remorseful. But just a week later, I discovered he was secretly contacting a real estate lawyer, falsifying inheritance documents to steal the house. Once again, he tried to take the only thing I had left. I called the police. I never wanted to see him again. Matthew was arrested for fraud and document forgery. The media covered the story. Whatever honor he had left was gone. After everything, I quietly returned to my old life. I refused to appear in court. I didn't write a pardon letter. but I asked Alex to deliver a note to Matthew. Son, I have forgiven you, but forgiveness doesn't mean allowing repeated harm. If one day you truly change, I will welcome you. But if you return with schemes and greed, you will have severed the last bond between us. Alex later started his own company and dedicated a portion of profits to a scholarship fund named after my mother, Clara Hayes. He cared for me until the end of my life. In my will, I left him all my land and property. Matthew received nothing. Life is fair. Those who deserve it will be rewarded. The ungrateful will face consequences. But fathers like me, sometimes we just hope our children come back, not to apologize, but to understand what truly matters. Not money, not fame, but love. Love should never be taken for granted.